them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. My name's Kat.
I am Wendy.
And this is Tara.
On today's episode, guys, we got a thick sode. We're jumping into the mail sack. We're talking about the series finale and maybe the show as a whole. Killing Eve, heard of it. We're going to the trailer park and we have nerd news. Oh my God. And we should probably talk a little Winona, right? And we're going to Purgatory.
Wow,
Let
we're
me
doing
add
a
that
lot.
to the rundown.
Ooh.
Quick hit in Purgatory.
Quick hit.
But first, the reason we're all really here is for Wendy to tell us, what day is it?
Well, we've got, as you said, such a thick sode. I'll keep it quick. Well, on this day that we're recording, it's Easter. For those who celebrate Easter, it's Easter. So I've got eggs boiling to die and have some chocolate bunnies. And it's Easter on our recording day.
It is.
On the 19th, it's kind of some weird days coming up this week. We've got National Hanging Out Day. So if you want to hang out
That's fun.
and eat some garlic, because it's also garlic day. The 20th, National Lima Bean Respect Day. So respect lima beans. I am probably more likely to celebrate National Cheddar Fries Day, which is the same day.
You can put lima beans on top of your cheddar fry. No?
No.
You sure?
No.
Okay.
The 22nd is Earth Day.
You like peas in your mac and cheese. I mean, it could be good.
Ooh, that's good too.
I do. That's true.
Well, it's like Brussels sprouts, right? If you put enough garlic, balsamic, and salt on something, it's going to taste good.
In theory. The 23rd is National Take a Chance Day. So if there's something that you want to take a chance on, that's a good day to do it.
Take a chance.
And one more mention, the 24th. I do like this day, National Pigs in a Blanket Day. Whether that means the food or just wrapping cute little pigs in a blanket, it's all good. As well as National Pet Parents Day. So that applies to all of us
That's
as
nice.
pet parents.
To kind of come on the end of your happy Easter, I'm going to say happy Passover to all of our Jewish friends across the globe. Happy Pesach. Enjoy that matzah and that choraset. I've been practicing.
I'm glad you took that because I
Sounds
don't know
right.
enough to,
Sounds right to me.
Thank you.
anything right.
It's completely right.
Okay.
Have a glass of Manischewitz and enjoy the podcast.
All right.
That's all. Those are all the words I know.
Good.
Hey, should we jump into the good old mail sack?
Yeah.
After you.
Oh, thank you. Splash.
Who are we starting with?
Oh, it's me. Sorry. I'm looking.
If there's ever like a long pregnant pause, it's probably you, Tara.
I was building suspense.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I wanted you to wonder if I was going to go, and it worked.
It 100% worked.
All right.
I'm still wondering if you're going to
I had no idea.
Got one from, I'm trying to, if you'd shush. I have one from Martina.
Tara, you need to calm down.
Oh.
You know what, Wendy? You should smile more.
Oh, Jesus Christmas. We're not even 5 minutes in.
Is it my turn? Start off the day with some bickering here on the podcast because we're family. Okay, Martina says, "Sup, guys? I wonder how many of the wonderful snoplings #work in a hospital. Seems like enough to open your very own snop hospital. Oh my God, guys. Snop's anatomy. Of course, we'd have to top Grey's in terms of drama and craziness. The pilot could start in the ER with the arrival of an angry patient whose mystery condition makes him constantly repeat, 'You should smile more.' Getting attacked by another patient who won't stop screaming, 'You need to calm down.' The season's finale will include a lion or a bear on crack roaming the corridors in search of the legendary elevator where all those life-changing conversations take place.
Wow.
Z-Night Retreat is around the corner. Woo! Martina. It's true, Martina. That would be an awesome show. We'd have to release all sorts of wild animals in the hospital. That would make for a lot of, and everything will just happen in that one elevator that they have, the one that goes all around the hospital.
Hospital/zoo.
Here's my question. I hope there are no bears on crack running around the Z-Night retreat because we're going to be there. And bears on crack sounds bad.
Yes, we're going to meet Martina next week.
It's true.
At the Z-Night retreat.
And we know T2 is going to be there. So at least 2 snoplings are going to be at the retreat with us.
If anyone else out there that doesn't usually write us is going to be there, let us know. We can have a mini meetup.
And I'd like to think that all the other people going to retreat who don't know about the SNOP, who don't love us yet, I feel like they're friends we haven't met yet. They're going to love us. We're going to warm their hearts. By the end of the weekend, they're all going to be snoplings.
Yeah. We just, if we had, what we need to help us with that? Merch. Wait, why haven't we thought about that yet? Why has no one given us these ideas yet?
I don't know.
Boy. Well,
more on that later.
A little too late for that, but
it's a little too late. But for next year, look out because it's going to be amazing.
We're going to be talking about merch later on in this cast.
Yeah.
We got updates.
Yeah, Martina, we will see you soon. You better identify yourself to us. We don't know what you look like, so don't. I mean, I don't mean to sound aggressive, but you better say hi to us.
Hey, we're going to stand up on a table somewhere and say, "Where's my data?" And then someone will point you out. Or they'll pull a Spartacus and they'll all goes, I am Martina. And we'll never know.
I am
My
Martina.
name is Martina. That'd be fun.
Kill them all. No. Hug them all.
We also have mail from Mish. Who says, I regret to inform you that I can't whip up some way hot smut due to the fact that I still haven't ever watched a single episode of Wynonna Earp. I'd say whoops, but honestly, I enjoy that I can just completely skip a big queer thing that doesn't speak to me and still have so much queer content in my life. Progress.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna hit that thought back on later. So I'm gonna bring that up again. But should you ever be looking for some shoot smut to read on the pod, probably the only one I've written that isn't obscenely long or just obscenely obscene is the one where Shaw is a mechanic.
No, those are the ones we want. The obscenely obscene.
Exactly.
Also, for some reason, I thought you guys had already watched Yellow Jackets, but apparently I was wrong. You'll probably want to know that there's a fair amount of gore and gruesomeness in general. Shocking from a cannibal show. And one episode into the season would definitely warrant a report on Does the Dog Die?
No.
I can't do it.
I'm out. Me either. I can't
do anything with even where they don't die. If it's just sad, I guess.
If it's sad or gets hurt, I can't.
I'm out.
But hey, it doesn't end on that note. Because Mish sent a picture of 2 kitties and says more pumpkin and Billy Lurk content is attached for your enjoyment, and they just look so happy, little kitties.
There's also a toe. There's a lone toe at the bottom of the frame.
Oh, okay.
Super cute kitties.
Aww. It's like a little torty.
Yeah,
torty
tabbies.
And
right?
tabby with some white.
So beautiful.
Just beautiful kitties.
They must be sibs.
Possibly.
Similar color.
Possibly. Although I have siblings that look nothing alike, so you never know.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah. Thank you, Mish.
Thanks, Mish.
But speaking of Yellow Jackets, this is Tara. Very disappointed. Christina Ricci, my favorite, was supposed to come to the Hollywood Con this weekend in Burbank, and she pulled out.
That's what she said. Now, Wendy, were you going to get something signed for Tara if Christina Ricci had been there?
Well, Tara was gonna bust her butt to get there if
Oh,
Christina Ricci. I mean, if she couldn't make it, I for sure would have. But
just assume you're gonna be
yeah, I rode 65 miles for my bike training yesterday, and I was gonna bust my ass to go over and meet Christina Ricci after if she was there.
Amazing.
I am just glad that she pulled out in time before I had bought a ticket, or gone over there. Like she did it like the week before, like during the
Oh,
week.
so you knew ahead of
Right.
I see.
But I was still disappointed. But I mean, I would have been downright pissed if I had
Oh yeah.
really busted my ass to get over there,
Yeah.
and then
We
she
would have
just
given
didn't
you a
show up.
heads up that that if she hadn't shown, because sometimes they just don't show, even though they can have their tables set up and then they just, Lori, our friend Lori, who I was there with yesterday, there was someone she was going to meet, and the table, there were pictures on the table, and then just sometimes they, it's local. I think it's something they want to do. I don't know how it works. I don't know if they pay to get paid to come, or it's just like, hey, do you want a table? You keep everything you make. I don't know how this show operates, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking since it's local, if something comes up in their life, they're just like, well, I'm not going to make it,
Yeah.
So
So at least that didn't happen.
right. You knew ahead of time, which is nice.
Mhm.
But like I said, Lori and I went, the lines for the Back to the Future cast were ridiculous. Leah Thompson and what's his name, who played Doc?
Christopher
Christopher
Lloyd.
Lloyd were out the door around. They were like doing, I've never seen them do like numbers of tickets or specific ticket times. Like you come back with your ticket. They were crazy. And then also Danny Trejo and Charo. She looks like, picture Charo when she was, back in the day. She still looks just like that, only a little older.
Amazing.
But I did get to meet the wonderful Paige Turco from Person of Interest. It was just wonderful. And then,
Nice.
as I've told you guys, Ponch and John from Chips, and now I have a older man crush on Larry Wilcox, who played John, because he was very sweet.
He looks
Yeah.
good too. He's looking good.
He looked amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he'll be 75 in May. I could not believe
Whoa, are you serious?
it. I thought I would have pegged early to mid 60s.
Yeah,
He
was
looked
great.
fantastic.
Good for him.
Very nice. If you love Chips back in the day, they're doing good. Boys on the cycle's doing well.
And you told him your leather pants story.
Yes, I wore the leather pants when Chips came on, and he thought that was funny. And then I said, I'm thinking, why did I have leather pants as a child? And I forget what he said. I was like, it was a very innocent day of having leather pants. I don't know.
Sure. Everyone listening knows that there's more to the story. That this was when Wendy was a child. She
Yeah.
Right.
wear,
Not
put
recently.
on leather pants to watch Chip. She doesn't just like see it on TV land and
No.
then put on leather pants now.
No, but I put on leather pants and my boots, and I'd sit on a bench, and I put my two Atari paddles together as the motorcycle handlebars, and I was pretending I was
Nice.
riding motorcycles
is-
with Chips.
The most 80s thing I've ever
Yeah. And then when Donnie and Marie show was on, and they would come out on ice skates, I would put my roller skates on and skate around with them. I was very
Wendy.
invested in living out my TV show dreams, and I think for all of us, we continue to get very invested in the shows we watch. I mean, it's really it was cosplay as a kid without
totally.
conventions, and now we do this still
I love
with
it.
fellow fans. So
So cute.
I was cute back then.
Hey,
Good
you
ride.
still are Wendy Woody. You still got it.
Well, we'll see what those leather pants are like.
Hey, we've heard from Master Chief Jen. Jen sent
Right.
us 9 beers.
Ooh, all right.
I think we had them all last night.
Yeah.
I think we did.
We had a SNOP night out. We all went out to
We
dinner,
did.
and we didn't record a podcast. So
That's
it was
correct.
fun.
No, with Lori and Noe, we had a fun little gathering. Got Noe's in-person perspective on the last ERPCon.
Yeah,
she
that's right.
attended. It was great fun. Made us all jealous.
She did.
No, we all decided it sounded like so much fun, though. We're just going to try to go to as many as we can this year. We're like,
Yes.
when's that one? When's that one? When's that one? Oh, maybe I can make that one.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Jen, along with her 9 beers, she says happy 3rd anniversary to my favorite throuple.
Oh,
Here are 3 squared beers to help celebrate.
fun.
I
Math,
can't-
fun
I-
math. That's
That is the best kind of math. I can't wait for the new merch to drop. Hashtag Gay for Tara. I plan to be rocking a SNOP shirt or 2 at ERP Expo in May, and I hope to
Ooh.
meet some fellow SNOP tarts in person. And just so you know, the hashtag Slew Crew is all in agreement with you. Just say no to poop knife merch. Enjoy the beers, Jen at Master Steve Jen. Well, we've heard. You're right, Wendy. Nobody wants
No.
that, so we're safe.
I'm protecting the world from a poop knife murder.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun. Thank you, Jen, so much. We appreciate it. And I will see you at Expo. I'm going. I'm gonna be
Right.
there. So look for me. I don't know if
Wait,
I'll be
which
wearing a
one's
Sheena
that?
Doll shirt. That's Nollins.
Nollins. Okay.
Nollins.
That's
Okay.
got to be one of the most fun places to go to a con.
I mean, New Orleans just by itself is
It's gonna get crazy at
Great
that con,
city.
I feel like.
yeah. It's gonna
Well,
be
I've
fun.
got the ERP Division Expo page up right now, and I plan to buy my ticket because I don't want
Great.
to miss out.
No,
That's
don't
what
miss
in
out.
Anaheim.
That's right. Anaheim.
Anaheim.
So thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. See you, Nollins. Well, guys, we have some snail mail.
Yes.
Our P.O. box was bulging over the weekend. So much so that they, what they do now at the post office up where we have our box, that's what she said. If it's the package is too big, so you don't have to go to the front counter, thank God. They just put everything in a larger box. They put the key to that box in your smaller box so that you don't have to go. So it's really fun. It's like it's like find the box. It's kind of
Treasure hunt. Fun.
It's like it is like a treasure hunt. Let me go first. We have a piece of it appears to be an enveloped card.
Okay.
That was an aggressive
Snapping
test.
at aggressive. Yeah, very aggressive.
Aggressive.
Wow.
This is to the SNOP.
You need to calm down, Kat.
It says,
that?
it's you need to calm down. How dare you? It says, hope your birthday is chill, and there's a big old bottle of beer.
Ooh.
I like that. Oh, whoa, hello.
Use your words, Kat.
We
Use
have
your
cash. It says,
Hey.
because you're the coolest. Happy pod birthday, and thanks for all the laughs. I am neither techie nor brainy enough to become techie, so please accept this small donation to Tara's charity ride.
Oh,
that's so
thank
sweet.
you.
Sorry, accept this small donation to this is Tara's charity ride battle on. There's no name.
What's on the envelope?
Apparently nothing. There's no return address?
It's from Minneapolis, Minnesota, according to the postmark.
Mystery.
There's no name.
There's no return address.
There's nothing. There's just cold hard cash, which you're not supposed to send in the mail.
But it worked this time.
I'll accept it.
So we're gonna you will accept it. Okay, so here's the clues we have. It was bought at it's a Trader Joe's brand card. So maybe they work at Trader Joe's or they frequent one. Again, the postmark is from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it was sent on April 4th. It's a forever stamp.
Okay, let's
I have forever
let's
stamp.
triangulate all Trader Joe's in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I like it. Have we ever received email from someone who lives in Minneapolis?
I feel like yes.
Well, this is quite the mystery.
No signature origin.
Nothing. Not even a little hint. Just like I'm in, I'm out.
Oh yeah, and it was just mailed. That's the stamp, and it wasn't in something else. It was
Negative.
just
It was just
You know
this.
what?
And it says they say battle on, so there's Xena.
battle of okay.
There's only one Trader Joe's in Minneapolis, according to the map.
Really?
Whoa.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow.
So that narrows it down a little bit.
I don't know what we do with that information. Well,
I
I'll
feel
make
like
sure.
it's right in front of us. Maybe we should search email or something. And
Okay.
look
Okay.
at later, and because I feel like, but then I feel like they're trying to be anonymous because
Maybe it's very nice. It's
it's very nice. Thank you, whoever you are.
How are you doing on your goal? Where are you with your fundraising, Tara?
I have, I think about 400 to my minimum, and then
great.
my fundraising minimum, and then like another 1,200 or so to my overall goal.
Good for you.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, and I really have been very bad at posting and doing all the things I usually do on social media to help people kind of like keep up with what's going on.
Yeah,
So
it's just a lot to have to do.
I've got a lot of things going on this month. So I'm
All right.
trying to
well,
make time to do that. But I really appreciate everyone. You know, I'm still getting donations from people just from this podcast. So I really appreciate it.
What if we helped out, and what if we like auctioned off a Zoom hangout with us?
Yeah. That
Would
would
you
be
want to do
perfect.
something like that? Maybe people
yeah.
would want to do that.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Even like
Be down with that.
even do like for $20, you just join this big Zoom thing. I don't know. So we can do. We need to do something. We need to help you get to your goal and all that.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah,
Think about it.
whatever. I mean, that's what.
Okay, great.
Well, and I still need to read, and this is not for any fundraising, but I
True.
still owe a fanfic read, and
That's
I'm aware
true.
of this.
I didn't want to bring it
Now
up.
I could do that free one as like a little preview, and then if we did want to auction off, I could read
Like a private reading.
I was gonna say just read anything that
Oh.
you request that really was requested, as long as they're author approved. But a private reading, that would be different. That would be another level.
Again, it's like $20. You come into this big Zoom thing, and everyone just watches Tara read smut
Okay.
for charity.
For charity.
For
I'll do it
freedom.
For freedom and for charity. Sure.
All right. Well, let's think about that.
Okay.
Would anyone be interested in that? Let's just reach out to the
Start
hey,
with
would you
that.
would you want something like that?
And it would be like your request, like your,
Yeah.
what.
And since
what-
it was private, it wouldn't be broadcast. You could read whatever you want.
that's true.
Yeah.
Now that might be a little awkward. I don't know, or not. I'm fine with it.
Hey, more snail mail.
All right.
Who wants to go? What are you eating? What is that?
Speaking of snail mail, I'm actually about to eat something that Martina sent us a little while ago, but it just looks really good right now to
Which
me.
flavor do you? It's the fudge, right?
It is the alcoholic fudge, but alcohol infused fudge. It is the
Perfect for a Sunday morning.
dark chocolate. It's perfect for Easter morning. Dark chocolate, mango, coconut, and rum fudge.
Yummy.
Wow.
It has little funfetti on it.
That is
Let
fun.
me take a bite.
You're gonna take a bite and you're gonna read something. What do you think?
Delicious.
That's good. Awesome.
It's gonna take a lot of fudge to get drunk off of that, but
That's okay.
it's good. All right. Well, Wendy, why don't you go? Because I'm
Okay.
chewing.
Yeah. We don't want that on air, do we? All right, I'm opening up a package. I don't know if this, let's see if there's any sort of note inside. Instead of just trying to decipher it from the address. Oh, well, Kat, you were wrong as to what you thought this might be.
Funny.
Hold, please. It's very cool. Not that
Okay.
the other one would have been cool too, but
Hold it up. Hold it up.
hang on, I'm just seeing. Let's see. I'm reading the note first.
Oh.
Wendy, happy 3-year Snopiversary. Here's a little something to mark the occasion. Thank you for making me laugh, smile, and sometimes even cry. You're awesome. You're awesome. Snop on from Neeks. Oh, well, I said it says Wendy, but there's 3. It says one says to Wendy, one says Tara, one says Kat. So from Neeks,
Aw.
these
I was gonna say, wow,
beautiful
how did I know it was
beaded
gonna be-
bracelets.
Oh, cool.
Aw.
Look at that.
Wait, let me.
Neeks.
Nice.
They're all like they've got little beads and different color beads. Or no, wait, are they bracelets? No, they're too big. They are. Oh, it is a bracelet. I guess you can size it. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
probably
So
can
it
pull
hooks
it,
around
yeah.
like this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're
I
really
love that.
cool. Chakra bracelet.
Aw.
Chakra
Lava
bra-
rock bracelets with essential oil lava and bracelet.
This is Tara. I know what those are. Super
Oh.
cool. And they're rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got various
Perfect.
colors.
Yeah.
We'll be
Very
bracelet
pretty.
buddies.
Chakra, the different parts of your chakra.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
opening mine.
We'll be bracelet buddies.
Neeks.
That's very cool.
Thank you, Neeks.
Kat gave me this because she thought it was a packaged poop knife.
Listen, it felt like
It kind of felt like it could have been. The package shape and structure. It felt. I was
like, oh, these
very
are poop
happy
knives.
to
Oh my
open
God.
it and find
Wendy needs
bracelets
these.
instead. This is way better than a poop.
So sorry.
This is really cool. Look at that. It's very. I don't know if you can get a like the
They're-
different
they're
like layers.
beautiful.
And, yeah,
I love it.
gorgeous. Thank you very much, Neeks.
Did you say there was a note for each of us, or that was just
Well,
to all of us?
The thing I read because there's 3 different little gift things. So I just
got
happened
it.
to read the one that had my name on it. I think they're the same, but since there's 3 bracelets, there's one that had my name, your name, and
Got it.
Tara. But yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
each one had its own little gift note.
Thank you,
I just
Neeks.
happened to read the one that was my name. So
That's awesome.
very cool. I'm putting it on right now.
Awesome.
Love you, Neeks.
All right. Thank you, Neeks.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go for mine now. I got one here. It is from Liz in LA. Okay. And it says to SNOP. And then on the back, it's like this is a, one of the priority mail, the small boxes, right? And then on the back, it says, P.S. We did it, Winona. CSA's hashtag Mel was robbed. So
you're damn right she was.
Yeah, this is all, even before we get into the package. Hold on, it requires a sharp object.
So you're using a pen.
Using a pen. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy.
How many pairs of scissors are in your house right now?
Probably a lot, but I don't know where any of them are.
You
well,
didn't
that's
think
not
to maybe
gonna
grab a
work.
pen.
No. I don't.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
Ahead of time. Not to worry.
Oh no! Do I need to bring you some
frantically
scissors?
looking around.
Hold on.
Hold, please. Wendy, let's see that bracelet. Looks good. Ooh, I love it.
that's
It's like a
cool.
layered
neat.
situation.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
bunch of different layers.
I'm
And I don't
into
know.
it.
I guess you can wear it's your preference if you want it the bracelet. Which one you want the beads on, like close to your hand or not. And it's got a cool little magnetic clasp.
Oh wow, it's really neat.
Very fancy.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get it.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, good. Welcome back.
Oh, whoa. Okay. There is a card. And then an item.
Ooh.
But it's a postcard. It says the Sherlock Holmes restaurant. Can you see that?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's fun.
Isn't that cool?
Looks like an old pub.
And then there's a lot of writing on the back.
amazing.
So give me a second.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Liz says, what up, SNOP? Just got back from London.
Yes.
AKA Cadbury Heaven.
Okay.
When I
the
saw
Did you short circuit? What up?
No, I think the writing is does she write like a serial killer? Yes. Oh yeah, it's gonna take a lot of effort to read that. It's all very
when I saw these when I heard your joke, I instantly thought,
Oh boy.
gotta get those for the girls.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think this is right. Haha. Now, disclaimer. Note that there are not chocolate bands of mini eggs. Mini eggs being the oh my god, the undisputed greatest candy of all time.
Great.
It's our chocolate.
Watching Tara try to read this.
Wraps with many eggs embedded in them.
Okay.
You're not about to you're not about to take huge bites of mini egg. All deliciousness, of course. I did also purchase bags of mini eggs for you, but ended up eating them all myself.
Good for you.
You know how it is.
Good for you,
Take
Liz.
care, idiots. Love, Liz. Now back in LA.
That's great.
That's fun.
I think about 5% of that was incorrect.
Well
that I
done.
read.
I also love that one of our nicknames is now idiots.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Okay, I'm opening this now.
Okay, great.
Bag.
Oh.
Mini. See, I had Cadbury and mini eggs right.
There you go. You got it.
One for each of us.
I love it. Oh, thank you, Liz.
I love Cadbury mini eggs.
Thanks.
And these are British, so
Liz.
they're probably
Yeah.
very good.
They're actually British.
Way better
Yum.
than our version.
Hey, I'm more than happy
with micro
Very
mini egg inclusions.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a bar with mini eggs baked in or something, or like
Yeah,
amazing.
it's Cadbury chocolate with baked in mini eggs.
Even better. That's very interesting.
Cadbury.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks, Liz.
Where I saw these. No, I still know. There's one
That's
line
okay.
I can't read. I'm trying so hard.
Is it like a cipher? Is it some sort of cryptic?
It's like hieroglyphics. But I can't. This is exactly how I write to you. So,
right. Well, it's a postcard, so she had to like. It's hard to write lines without lines. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yes.
very.
It's
very.
mine always end up going down this way.
And so this picture on the back, it says the Sherlock Holmes, 10 Northumberland Street, London, London town.
London town.
It's a pub, a real pub.
I
That
love,
is
I love a
awesome.
pub. It looks fun.
Oh yeah. All right, Liz. Well, I'm sorry I butchered that, but we appreciate that.
We do.
Looking
And
forward to
Liz,
eating
we
these.
were
And it's
talking
perfect timing on Easter. We got them.
That's true. We were talking last night about how we need to just have a snop meet up in LA and see if we can get a bunch of snoppers together and hang out at a bar or something. So, any other snoppers in LA that would be interested in doing this, let us know. All right. Well, we got
Would you
this.
be willing to drive to the valley?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. We do have to stipulate that. Okay, we have another box.
There's more snoplings down in other parts of LA. We can drive.
Sure. I mean, maybe we have like we can move around.
It's fun.
Like
Yeah.
like a lesbian bar night. It's like, okay, this night it's here.
Right.
This night it's here.
Because LA has no lesbian bars. We have to have a rotating night.
Exactly. So we have this package. It's from our friends at the Why Not podcast. Opening it up. There's a note. It says, fellow pod nerds, I saw this at the market and had to get it for you. They were out of the chocolate frosting, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Miss you all, love, Anne.
Oh.
Guys, we have the Dolly Parton cake mix.
Yeah.
Oh, coconut.
We have the coconut and we have they're both coconut. We have the coconuts. Love a coconut cake.
Oh my God.
And we also have the creamy buttercream frosting.
Oh, wow.
This is fantastic.
Is that chocolate frosting or is that also buttercream?
It's also buttercream.
Oh, man.
So when this is prepared, Kat,
Yes.
you have to save the boxes.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
I want one of the
beautiful.
boxes
Yeah.
for the pod pub.
They're just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such good Dolly artwork. And
They are
perfectly
pink.
moist.
They are. She looks fabulous. It's got
She
her little
does.
signature.
So
Oh, the
cute.
hair. Such good little illustration there.
I love it.
So excited. And coconut. I love coconut.
love
This is
coconut.
I don't, but I'll
I'm
eat it because
so
it's Dolly.
excited.
Oh no.
I'll eat it because it's Dolly.
Yes. So thank you, Anne.
Thank you,
you.
Anne.
Maybe we'll have a cake party. Maybe Anne will be invited.
Maybe, maybe.
Seems only fair.
It does seem
And
fair. Thank
Anne, you
that's
better
awesome.
be at the damn SNOP LA meetup.
I mean, that's one way to get people to show up is to tell them that Anne's going to be there.
That's right. Then it's a party.
It's a part. Now it's going to be fun.
And we need you.
Yes, please, Anne, help us. All right, it's time for some nerd news.
Woo!
Oh, we're just getting to that.
Nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news.
We have a lot to talk about in that giant mail sack.
Oh, it's me again. Give me a sign or like, Tara, take it away.
Do we have some sort of hand
It's
signals?
the first story that's under the nerd news.
Okay. Calm down.
Whoa.
We're already on Snop's Anatomy. Okay. So, first piece of nerd news is Zoe Bell. Zoe Bell is set to direct an untitled action comedy inspired by her short film Boss Bitch Fight Challenge for Lionsgate. So, do you remember this Boss Bitch Fight Challenge that happened during COVID?
Hell yeah.
And it was, was it on Twitter or, on social media, basically edited together. Zoe kind of reached out to some of her friends. I don't know if they're all her friends or it was kind of like friends of friends. And then they told someone else, but it was just a bunch of awesome female celebrities or just I don't know,
I think there were stunt
sports
women.
stars,
Yeah, stars
stunt
and
women,
stunt women.
just any
Yeah.
kind of, just a wide range of folks. And it was kind of like they're having this continuing fight. So it was really well done. And, one person would punch a person, they'd go off screen or come back and punch it. And then they'd be punching another person and they'd go off and it would just kind of continue.
It was so well done. So
Very
well
fun.
done. Yes. So now it says, this is from Deadline. Lionsgate has picked up an action comedy pitch from writers Kirsten Kiwi Smith and Mamrie Hart for Zoe Bell to direct, inspired by the stunt woman's viral short film. The new project will be produced by Rob Tappert.
Rob
Hey.
Tappert. Rob Tappert.
Rab Tappert.
Rab Tappert. I've heard of him.
He did purchase 2 copies of Wicked, a Xena musical. Let's say that.
We're big fans of this.
He, in fact, was the creator producer of Xena.
Heard of him?
And Rommel Adam, alongside some other people that I don't know. Smith and Hart will also executive produce. Sorry.
Who cares? Who cares who's
In
there?
the shorts, Belle is home and bored during the pandemic lockdown and picks a fight with her boss bitch friends. Glorious mayhem ensues. It just says, I'm just trying to look up kind of what this is going to look like in feature form.
There's going to be a story with a lot of action, I guess. Probably
Yeah,
the
it
story is
doesn't
like,
really go into too much about anything in that regard.
Yeah, no plot.
Probably don't know
no
yet.
plot. So
figure it
it
out.
just kind of says, Zoe's built up a huge fan base over the years, which is no surprise because she's a bona fide icon who kicks ass and takes names.
Yeah.
And part of the film industry is that is still dominated by men. So she was,
Right.
of course, Cena's stunt double, one of them, if you weren't familiar. So we were familiar with her long before this viral short.
Yeah,
And, she's also in Kill Bill. She was Uma Thurman's stunt double. So
that's right.
she's been around for a long time. So
She's
we're
very
always
respected within the stunt community.
yeah.
Yes. So, again, it doesn't really have a lot further details other than that, but good for her.
Well, good for her, and also the fact that Rob's involved.
Yes.
I kind of feel like we're gonna get a Lucy cameo.
Oh,
I
she's
would
in the
hope
original.
so. Yes.
I think Lucy's the first one. I think Zoe punches Lucy in this short. I think Lucy's the first one that we see get punched.
That's awesome.
Cannot wait for
So, yeah.
this.
I hope Lucy's in it.
She has to.
Yeah.
But even if she's not, it'll be
I
fun.
mean-
Maybe it's like a girl fight club.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that would be nice. Okay.
That would be nice.
All right. Well, good for you, Zoe.
Yeah, we'll be watching this.
How
for
our
sure.
little
Yeah.
Xena stunt double has just shot up in the ranks of awesomeness in Hollywood and stunt. And now she's directing and she's acted and stuff. Very cool,
Seriously.
Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hometown girl does good.
Mm-hmm.
And like honestly, from like everyone on that show, like I feel like her and Lucy have had the biggest careers.
Carl did pretty well.
That's a good point.
Carl Urban's
So
done
Carl,
well.
Lucy,
Yeah.
and Zoe.
I think, and Bruce Campbell was already
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell, so obviously
true.
he's
Yeah.
he
And
was
he's
something
not
before.
Kiwi,
Bruce has
though.
always been
He's not
Bruce.
Kiwi.
Oh,
But
true, yeah,
Those
Kiwis.
three are.
You know,
Kiwis
Kevin
before.
Smith. I would have loved to seen where he would have gone.
Oh man,
I think he
What a-
would have
what
had
tragedy.
quite a future ahead of him.
What a loss. He
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
all
tragic.
around good dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of tragic, so unfortunately, we found out late last month that Bruce Willis has something called aphasia. He's going to retire from acting because of it. It's a brain disorder that affects a person's cognitive function and ability to communicate. So it's very sad news, and obviously, this he's an iconic action star, and it seems like most people who know him personally say he's a great guy. So it's very sad. In one way that to celebrate Bruce Willis is to watch some of his old stuff. Like most people say Die Hard is like his, the top of his movie appearances. Like it's a great movie, untouchable action movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, before there was Die Hard, there was a show that Bruce the show that made Bruce a star. Wendy, I think you would agree with this because you probably watched it. I think
Wholeheartedly.
we've talked about it.
Yes.
So there's a show called Moonlighting. It starred Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. It was on in the 80s, 1985 was when it premiered. It was on for it aired until 1989. So it's a very 80s kind of show, but it was one of the first shows that was successful in the dramedy category. There was drama. It was an hour drama, but there was a lot of comedy in it. And the chemistry between these two characters, David Addison and Maddie, what is her name? Maddie.
Oh, Sybil Shepherd? Oh, Maddie.
Yeah.
Maddie, the last name?
Yeah.
Maddie Hayes?
Maddie Hayes.
Woohoo!
Nice. Wendy. The chemistry between these two characters was what made the show. Like their sexual tension. David, played by Bruce, is this smart aleck, kind of like, seat of your pants kind of guy. They work in a detective agency. This is the setup. And they go around solving crimes, having fun. This is such a great show. It's a very 80s show. But Tara, you would love this show. And so unfortunately, because there's so much music in the show, and this is way before streaming, and so like music licensing has changed since this show. So there was no sort of no music rights were secured past original airing. So they can't stream this show because it would be impossible. So unfortunately, Disney owns this show. And the creator of the show, his name is
Lynn Gordon Caron? Or is that?
That's him. He was like, "Hey guys, can we put the show up on Disney Plus? Can we get this on streaming?" And it sounds like Disney's like, "Yeah, it's like money. We got to run down all these licensing music rights." And he's like, "Well, why don't we just switch out songs for cheaper songs?" And they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to do that." Unacceptable. This is a great show. It's one of the best shows in the 80s. It's on a bunch of top 100 lists of greatest TV of all time. What better way to honor this man? This is my favorite role for Bruce Willis, in my opinion. David Addison is what made him a star. Get these goddamn shows up on Disney Plus. Disney doesn't have enough money to secure the music rights to this show.
Disney doesn't have a big enough music catalog that they could throw up some other songs that would work.
Exactly. It's not even 70 episodes. They sit somebody down in a room. You go episode by episode. Just start switching out music, man. Mm-hmm. And honor this man. Honor Bruce Willis. This recreated Sybil Shepherd's career. She was not in a good place career-wise, and then this show gave her sort of another, a second shot. This is an incredible show that people aren't going to be able to watch because of fucking money. So fuck you, Disney Plus.
Wow, you are irate.
Wow, rant alert.
Figure it out. Honor this man. This is a great show. Rant over.
You want a little trivia there, Kat, on this show?
Sure.
So
give it to me.
I was just looking back because it was I feel like it was the first show that I remember that like the chemistry of the leads. And I don't know. This was the first show that I remember being like the chemistry was the thing. I mean, it's a great show all around. This show I think is part responsible for the reason that TV shows are so hesitant to get their leads together till the last minute, because as soon as Dave and Maddie hooked up, the magic kind of like they didn't handle it well, I guess, or something. It lost the intrigue. Yeah. That it was like that back and forth, will they, won't they thing. And as soon as they did, audiences kind of dropped off. So, so I was just reading that Maddie was written for Sybil, and Bruce Willis, who was unknown at the time, was the very last actor to audition for the part. Robert Blake, aka Tony Beretta, and also radio personality Rick Dees were two of the people in contention.
Weird.
Sybil Shepherd was wanting someone named Harley Venton to get it, but they said, nope, we're giving it to Bruce Willis, who was also at the same time up for the role of Jason Seaver on Growing Pains. I can't even see that being a thing, but
Brilliant casting for both of these characters.
Theme song. Great music, which that's
great
the thing.
Supporting cast.
Alice Beasley, remember Alice Ghostly or whatever her name she played.
The secretary.
Yeah, Agnes DePesto. Alice Beasley played her.
Right.
She was great. Great cast.
This show made Bruce Willis a star. There's no Die Hard without moonlighting.
I remember the articles when he jumped to Die Hard. People were like, "Oh, he's doing an action movie. Will it be any good?" And upset. It was like amazing and it's legendary, and Die Hard. set
Exactly.
the tone for a lot of action movies going forward. But
Yeah. And then that was it. Like his career was made. Like, again, there's no Bruce Willis that we know today without Moonlighting.
right.
And of course they apparently didn't like each other.
No.
Of course they never do.
That's right. It's very Castle.
Yeah, exactly. Even
hated each
X-Files, they there was a couple seasons when they did not like each other.
I'm sure you're around each other as much as these guys are. And with
It's a
strong
lot.
A-type actor personalities, they're going to butt heads. But
Exactly.
they make great TV
They do.
regardless.
Give us Moonlighting.
Please, for the love of God, put that somewhere. It was such a great show. I would love a rewatch of that, actually.
It's a classic.
Speaking of things that are awesome, Harrison Ford is awesome, in case you didn't know. And recently, Mads Mikkelsen, a.k.a. from Hannibal, and also the legendary Rogue One, is in this next Indiana Jones, called Indiana Jones 5 at this point. He's been doing some interviews, and he's talking about the film in general. He feels like more of the first two, not this last Crystal Skull nonsense, but the original Raiders types films, which is great. I didn't want it to end on that Crystal Skull note, but so it sounds like they're going in the right direction with Indiana Jones 5. He also talks about Harrison Ford, talking about how the first day they were shooting, it was a night shoot. They were done at 5 a.m. And then Harrison jumped on his mountain bike, went biking for 50 kilometers. I'm an American, so I don't know how far that is. So, but
Like
just
40, at least 40 miles.
Okay. But yeah, so apparently Harrison is just a beast. But he's a very nice monster. He's like big. I'm sure Harrison is such a presence. It's ridiculous when you're around him. But yeah, it sounds like, and of course the director of this new Indiana Jones did Logan, which I haven't seen the whole thing, but I remember getting great reviews.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is great.
So I feel like they're definitely going back to the feel of the first one or two of the series. And
Right.
I mean,
Like respecting the feel of the first one, but
Yeah.
also giving us something a little different, but not like Crystal Skull
No.
different.
no. And
Fucking joke.
yeah, I feel like, Spielberg's the best.
That
He's the
movie.
master. But I feel like he also started looking at sometimes movies like this, as did George, is like, well, they're for kids. They're kids' movies. Okay, whatever. Raiders of the Lost Ark didn't pander to kids, and kids
No,
love
it's
it, and
not
adults
a
love
kids'
it.
movie.
Indiana Jones was allowed to shoot people now and again. In fact, one of the best Indiana Jones scenes of all time was because he shot someone. And just make a good movie. Quit worrying about making it a little cartoonish or, we don't want to extra violent. I mean, it's not like Indiana Jones was there. No, okay, the second one was a little violent. They're ripping hearts out of people. That's that.
Sure.
And it also led to the PG-13 rating being created. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I think that's the movie so we need something between G and R or PG and R, because it's not R, but I don't know about PG, because there's a lot of violent stuff happening in this movie. So hence PG-13. So, Mads, Harrison, James Mangold, whatever you're doing, I hope you're...
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in this movie.
Oh, that's right.
cool.
Right. Oh, I have high hopes for this. Don't
I
let
do
us down.
too.
Don't let us down.
Don't let us down. Not again.
We want this. I'm guessing this is Harrison's last Indiana Jones.
Who knows?
I'm
man?
going to see his wife in a play this week. So if he's there, I'll ask him.
You should.
I'll check in on that. How's it
Please
going,
ask
Harrison?
him.
Because, he's my husband. So I'll ask him.
He just doesn't know it.
Unless I don't know he does.
Well, listen. Let's quickly get in the truck. We're going to Purgatory.
She Nerds Out presents live from Purgatory.
It's really short. We're not even gonna get out of the truck. We're just doing
Nice,
drive-by.
nice weather here. Yeah, we'll just
It
roll
is
the windows
nice.
down.
They won the Audience Choice Awards.
As
the
they
CSAs.
Not a big shocker.
should.
Not a shocker. Unfortunately. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying for Winona, the overall show.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. The show. And unfortunately, Melanie Scrofano did not win
Who did
for
she
Best
lose
Dramatic
to?
Actress.
Do you know off the top of your head?
Don't know.
Oh, don't care.
Don't care. I thought there was a good chance that she was going to get it because it felt like this was like the CSAs being like, "Hey, good work on Winona. They got a lot of good awards. Tim won an award. The composers won. I felt like this was the CSA's way of saying, good job, and kind of a last hurrah. But unfortunately, Mel did not win it.
Oh.
I feel like she deserved it.
For the acceptance speech, did they air the con footage?
They did. It was great. So like just this huge screaming crowd and Emily accepting the award, and she's just surrounded by the cast. So it was really nice.
Cool.
It's pretty special. And I mean, to be able to see like, yeah, we're accepting our award from our huge fan convention. The show is very much alive. So nothing but good for the optics on this. You know what I mean? Like networks are going to take notice of this kind of stuff. So hopefully this is all just building towards wherever the show ends up. We will see Winona again. I'm very confident. In what iteration, don't know yet. But Emily came out of this last convention at Palooza saying very much like, I am not done with these characters. So
Really?
hopefully she can they can find Winona a new home.
Sweet.
All right, roll up those windows. Let's go to the trailer park. Step right up. Step right up. Welcome to the She Nerds Out trailer park.
Let's go to Vegas. First. First stop, Vegas.
Nice.
For Hacks. Hacks season 2 trailer. If you haven't seen season 1 of the show, definitely go watch it. Is it on? What's it on?
HBO Max.
HBO Max. That's right. So season 2 starts, was it May 12th? Something like that. The trailer is up. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait. I mean, it's kind of set to music, so
Make your own kind of music.
Yep.
A song, if you've ever watched Lost, you know that it is legendary for Lost, but whatever, they used it in this trailer. It looks
a lot of things going on in the trailer. Can't wait to see how the awkward end from last year carries over and how that relationship blossoms. But, seems like they worked through it to some degree.
Yep, still together.
I'm very excited about this. This starts like a week after Girls 5 Eva. So May is going to be a really big month for me show-wise. Then Obi-Wan, so many things.
Yeah.
By the way, don't just decide, well, let me just check out season 2 to see if I want to watch it. No, you have to watch this show from the beginning or you'll have no context of the characters or how they relate or how they get to where they are in season 2. You got to watch season 1 first. And it's not long and it's a easy, good, fun,
it's freaking funny. Yeah.
It's great.
It's Jean Smart in the role that and
it's queer.
Amazing. Yes. And that.
The other girl in it is bisexual. So
she is. And yeah, you're right, Wendy. There's no other for no other reason than Jean Smart. Watch this show.
For all the great roles she's had in her life, this is the role that could be like the role of her lifetime because it's so amazing and just adds to the list of great characters she's played. So,
and here's the thing: it's like thinking about actors like Jean Smart and even Sybil Shepherd back in the day. I say these middle-aged women who are fucking fantastic and who there aren't enough shows like this to showcase actors like this. It's upsetting, but at least we have the ones that we do. And like Fiona Shaw on Killing Eve.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this woman. Like I would do anything for Fiona Shaw.
Don't hold the end of the show against her. She's awesome.
I love a woman of a certain age who's just killing it on screen. I love and Jean Smart is on the top of that list. So watch it. God damn it. So mad this week.
No.
Kat is very aggressive.
I'm not going to, I'm not going to tell you to calm down. I'm taking all those jokes back. I'm validating your feelings, Kat.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. And I'm not going to tell you to smile more.
Okay.
Even though you have a great smile.
Oh, thanks. That's nice. That's nice to say.
Speaking of absolutely nothing, the new trailer for Stranger Things season 4 dropped, and I know that you guys don't watch this show. I don't know how many snoppers watch this show. I love this show. The trailer looks incredible. It's going to be an epic season. It always is, but it looks incredibly tense and scary. Lots of there's a new bad guy. New locations. It looks amazing. I can't wait. I'm excited. And I'm just I just can't wait. I just wish you guys watched the show. You'd really like it.
Watch the
Too
first
scary.
season.
I tried watching some. Too scary. It just didn't feel connected.
Me neither. And it does.
But
feel
I'm
like
happy for you, Kat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I feel like Tara and I are kind of in the minority because I know a lot of people really love it. I mean, it's huge. They have Stranger Things pop-ups that, where you can go have a Stranger Things experience. It's a huge show.
It is huge.
We got, was this the 4th season or the 5th?
Season 4.
Okay, so we got 4 seasons on Netflix. That says something because Netflix likes to cut their shows off as soon as they get started. So,
and each season is very good. There's no like stinker. You know what I mean? Like, and luckily it's the same showrunners for the entire.
Well, that helps.
Speaking of ways to handle that badly, Killing Eve, but Stranger Things has been the same creators. The creators are still running the show, and that makes such a big difference. Yep. But yeah, it's a great show. If you, it's just like a perfect summer show. I love that the seasons usually come out in summer. It's just, I don't know. It definitely, there's enough nostalgia that speaks to my childhood, and you're right. It is scary. There's some spooky stuff. There's some really fun sci-fi. It has everything, guys. It's got everything. Anyway, it's coming back.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it. When does it start, Kat? June?
I think it starts in. They're splitting it up into 2 seasons, like 2 halves of a season, and I think the first one's in May. Oh. I might be wrong. Hold on. Hold, please.
May is getting bigger.
Okay, so May 27th, the first half of the season is coming out, and then I think the second half is in July. But yeah, May 27th. It is. May is a big month.
Well, you'll have to report back. Hopefully,
I certainly will.
Speaking of Killing Eve,
Here we are.
there we are.
So I caught up. I was all caught up.
Mm-hmm.
I finished the finale minutes before meeting you guys at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And you had some fresh feelings
Very fresh
about
feelings.
the finale. So
here, sorry, go ahead.
How long did it take you to catch up? Like, did you go back to back to back all day, or was it like over a few days?
So I made it through season 3 took me about 3 days to get through, and then season 4 was like 2 days, like 1.5.
Okay.
So and I know it's different than watching it every week. So I'm sure I have a very different perspective. I wasn't as invested just because I wasn't waiting as long between seasons, and you get these expectations. But all that said, and I love the show. I love the characters. There was no way that this finale was not going to be disappointing.
Right.
Like, I feel like no matter what happened, it was going to be disappointing. Because, spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
I feel like, I thought they were going to kill more people off than they did. Unfortunately, I feel like Villanelle, like, how do you can't, she's a very hard character to redeem. Obviously very complicated, very sympathetic. By the end of it, I was definitely sympathetic towards her, but like, how do you reward that character with a happy ending? It's hard to do that. They could have tried, but no, I mean,
Right.
yeah, we got a taste of what that happy ending could have been for like about 5 minutes in the last 15 minutes of the show. Just a little taste. But no, what about you guys? I'm sure, because Wendy, you've been watching from the very beginning.
I have thoughts. So many thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
First of all, when the episode aired, I had seen a little thing on Twitter. So I had a feeling what was coming, no matter how happy it looked at the time. I knew it was
What did you see? How did you?
Someone had tweeted out that, now Jodie Comer needs to do like Amy Acker and just tell people that Villanelle's alive or something like that. So nothing #killing it. I wasn't looking for it. It was like someone just talking about how Amy Spence's come out and say, well, maybe Ruth's alive or something like that. And it was just some random comment someone made that I just thought, well, obviously she's dead. So, even before the season, here's the thing. Before the season, even I was just like, what do you think? Because it's just the type of show you just don't expect everyone to roll out of alive. So we put up our poll. 38% of the people we polled said, I mean, it's 45 votes, so it wasn't a ton of people, but they thought they picked Villanelle dies, Eve lives. They picked the right ending. 31% said they both live. So it's not like, even then when I'm putting the poll up, I'm not thinking, it'd be horribly tragic if they kill off Villanelle, a lesbian character who's in this, because to the show up at that point had never, I mean, they'd had this flirtation, this back and forth, but they never established like, here's a happy little gay couple, here they're happy and they're together. Right. So I wasn't shocked that Villanelle ends up dying. I think the hard part, and even when I watched it that night, I was like, that sucked, but I kind of knew it was coming, but there was a lot of nice stuff, and I loved the season overall. And, the ending where, again, spoiler, if you're listening already, you're spoiled, but Fiona Shaw, who we both love, who I loved through the whole season, had some great stuff with Villanelle. So the fact that she ends up being the one at the very end to call the signal that takes out Villanelle, that's completely, to me, Carolyn's character. Always looking out, playing the game.
Well, and the more we learn about her, the more we realize she has no loyalty.
Right, it's to herself.
To herself.
So it makes sense. I feel like it's an interesting closure to the show that, especially after the moment she and Villanelle had, especially since she'd known Villanelle, who she was as a child. They had that moment, which I loved, the episode where they were hanging out together. I just loved it in Havana. Yeah, and so the fact that she's like, she pulls the trigger to, so to speak, to take her out. It felt right, honestly. It didn't feel completely out of character for her where that would happen. Now, the issues I had, for one, they ended season 3 in this moment. They're on the bridge and Eve's like, I don't know how to deal with this. And Villanelle's like, all right, then just walk away. Don't look back. And it's done. And of course, Eve looks back and Villanelle's looking at her like, I need you to look back at me. So it set it up for a cool place that they could have possibly spent this season somehow working together, and not perfect all the time, but somehow making it work. But then all of a sudden season 4 starts. And Eve's with some dude who I liked. Yusuf, I liked him. But all of a sudden, she's kind of friends with benefits with him, looking for the 12. Eve is trying to find religion to be good, to win over Eve. Like, no explanation of how it got from the bridge to this.
Yeah, what happened
who knows?
Between these two
and that's
seasons?
why I felt like through this season, there was so much of this effort to keep them on separate pages. Eve just didn't want anything to do with Villanelle. And then as the series went on, Eve kind of realized how much she did care about Villanelle, or whatever, that she needed her in her life. And then there were reasons that Villanelle didn't reciprocate at the time, because she heard Eve had kissed Helen, even though it made nothing. And so they just kept fabricating reasons to keep them apart and at odds for whatever reason. And they had this subplot of Villanelle going off with Gunn, which, I mean, maybe that showed Eve how much she wanted to come get her, but it was, to me, put them together more. We didn't need this Gunn subplot of her going to the island with this other killer, whatever, Villanelle doing that. So
it's insane that the 4 main characters, right? Constantine, Villanelle, Eve, and Caroline. Yeah. They're hardly together.
Right.
They each have some scenes. I talked to my friend Chalice last night, who's very angry about the finale. She said there's 2 scenes with Constantine and Villanelle in the entire season.
Yeah. They definitely kept them apart. They had a lot in the early seasons, but
why keep all these great characters apart? I don't understand
that. That was a big thing. To that note, I did love Pam. I ended up really liking Pam. Pam was great. And I figured the reason she was brought in, she was going to kill somebody, whether it was Constantine or Villanelle. But I do like at the end of it, after she kills a couple people, that she kind of liked both of them and felt bad about both of them. And then I assume Carolyn's offering her to take out Villanelle maybe at the end. And she's like, do you want the job? She's like, no, thanks for the coffee. She walks out like, all right, I'm getting out of this. Like, Constantine wanted her kind of to get out, and she did. So good for Pam. But yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Where does Pam go from there? That's what I want to know.
Good question.
I feel like Pam gets out unscathed unless someone tracks down.
Well, I know, but I'm saying then when she gets bored, does she decide to work for another?
She had a little boyfriend at the carnival. Maybe she goes back there. She enjoyed working with him at the food cart, but
that's true. She had a good time.
Yeah, she kind of saw a little side of a fun life for the guy who liked her. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I didn't even realize that they were not really even together. And you'd never really seen a lot of, you got these fun scenes with Carolyn and Villanelle now. And I haven't seen season 2 or 3 in a while, so I can't really speak to how much they were together or if they were. But, and then just these fabricated reasons, just keep even Villanelle together or apart till the last minute. And then I think that
know.
made it harder when it's like, look, here's because throughout the series, my thought was like, especially early on, Villanelle, I couldn't see her and Eve actually having some kind of functioning relationship because they were just too different.
Sure.
And Villanelle was psychotic. But then Eve got darker. Villanelle tried to not be so dark. And I loved it when they finally got it together at the little kiss on the road, all that. I
so
mean, they had some
sweet.
amazingly awesome moments. Was that sustainable long term? I don't know. But it would have been interesting to just let it find out or not do it or not show us this so close to like they finally achieved their mission, which by the way, the whole show was about killing like the 12. Who was the 12? We never know. It was just Villanelle killing faceless people. And
it was so rushed.
and then it's like, yeah, I looked up at the clock, 8 minutes till the end of the show, and like we're not even to the 12. So and then all of a sudden they hug, we did it, and then boom, dead, show over. Eve screaming, rebirth, whatever. Here's another thing. It did not make I feel like they were so determined to have this scene of Villanelle happily killing the 12 with Eve dancing at a wedding party to show the difference in them. Was like, there's no way. I get it. They get there. They think Eve's the officiant of the wedding. So Villanelle's like, distract them. So Villanelle, like the wedding party was going to have, they're not even connected. Why they, So Eve does this, I'm going to marry these two men and say nice things. And Villanelle kind of sees her and she's talking about relationships. And then Villanelle goes off and kills the 12 while Eve, the wedding's over. To me, like Eve has spent this whole season trying to get to the 12 and Villanelle's off killing them. Hopefully, is Villanelle okay? I don't know. Because instead of after the wedding, after distracting them, instead of going off to find her, Eve dances with the wedding party. She's having a good old time. And Villanelle shows back. To me, that made no sense for Eve to like just have a party.
Because Eve doesn't just want to destroy them. She wants to know who the fuck they are and why they're doing this. And so she right.
She was heavily invested aside from Villanelle,
yeah.
And to just let Villanelle, I mean, even if you had to distract them for a minute, I feel like even if it just felt like a very convoluted, fabricated reason to have whatever moment they wanted to put. And then he did this mix between Villanelle killing and Eve dancing, which there's no way in hell, even if Eve had to distract them for a minute, that she wouldn't immediately run off to make sure Villanelle was okay.
Right.
See what the hell, who's the 12? Instead, she's having fun at the dance party after the wedding, which was ridiculous.
Right. And to make sure the job gets done.
Right.
Making sure that everything, we took.
And Villanelle doesn't have a gun. She's walking in there with no weapons. I'm sure there's fucking bodyguards or something like. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Villanelle dying was not necessarily always going to be a bad thing because a lot of people didn't, and they kind of expected it would or could
I expected
happen.
it,
right?
But to be done for them both to die, but yeah, it was just not good.
Yeah, the way it was handled, I felt like was. And this was too came after like thinking about it throughout the week and how, she's talking about how Eve's got this rebirth from her experience with Villanelle and all this. But I'm like, man, Eve has spent this like finding her true self and her true passion. And Villanelle was a big part of that and big connection to that. And she had finally passionate love with, I guess, Villanelle. And all of a sudden it's all gone. It was tragic. I mean, the show's killing Eve and they killed her spirit.
They certainly did. And so the rebirth comment, that was from the showrunner, correct?
Yeah. Like her coming out of the water in rebirth.
Right. Bullshit. Her rebirth, what is she supposed to do now?
Right.
What is she supposed to do?
Her rebirth, it was her, fuck everything. I'm just going to do this and be with Villanelle.
Yeah.
Right.
That realizing that she was like, okay with that.
So now what? What I did love was the karaoke scene. Eustace like, you have to go have fun. So that he takes her to the karaoke room, and she's having these sort of flashbacks to a time when she had all these people who are no longer in her life together having a good time. So she has no one. She has no people in her life that she can go back to because they're all dead or they're part of long gone. And so now this thing that, the passionate thing in her life was, this sort of being the spy and Villanelle. What is she supposed to do? She has nothing left.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe
that's not a rebirth. That's fucking depressing.
Next Villanelle, like she's going to be she's just going to go out and be a hitman. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, the showrunner, I don't even know. Was she involved in the show? I think she was involved in the show, but I think you're right in that different showrunners have different ideas of the characters from where they're going. And all of a sudden, I think in their mind, they thought, cool story. They get their goal. Then, wow, Carolyn pulls the last big, twist and kills Villanelle. And it's like from a show type of thing. And I don't know if they expected to have them together, the resonance that had on audiences seeing this happiness and then all of a sudden having it ripped away. As someone who puts together a show and a showrunner and the people involved in making a show, it's just hard to know how, you would know, you work on shows, but I don't know that they can ever truly fully appreciate what the audience sees and how they feel about it when they just see the characters and they don't see the nuts and bolts and everything that goes into it. And I know the producer showrunner talked about, they thought of all different endings. They tried to think of all these different scenarios, but and like I said, I don't know that Villanelle dying was necessarily the most horrific choice, but the way it played out, you could have at least given them a season together. I don't know, something. Quit coming up with random reasons for them to not be at least working together when you had it set up perfectly at the end of season 3 for that to happen.
So let's say,
talk about chemistry. They have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
Keeping them apart is beyond. I don't understand.
So let's say everything else up to the very end happens the same. So as they're embracing, a bullet goes out, hits Villanelle, goes through her, and hits Eve too. They both die. You see them like Titanic style float
in each other's arms.
In each other's arms, floating to the bottom. Does that change anything?
No, because I think, the ones who are unhappy about lesbians finally found happiness together, then one dies. I think they would have still been unhappy because they did find happiness, sort of, I would assume is happiness. And then they both die. It's still, your happiness is rewarded with a tragic ending.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't think that would have changed a whole lot. I mean, I think people had still been really, really mad. But I do think if they had
looking
both
at them as a happy couple is to me it's problematic for me. They're in a quasi abusive, obsessive relationship. It's not a healthy.
I mean, listen, Tara, that happens.
If they were to go on to live quote happily ever after, one wrong move by Eve.
I don't know that they would have had a long happy life
each other
together.
and shot each other and then they're definitely problematic together.
Oh, it is.
Villanelle is highly problematic. She has killed so many innocent people.
Right.
Innocent people.
And
the priest and his daughter.
So I just think it's hard I totally understand where people are coming from in the barrier gaze. Obviously felt that before, but I mean, so we're disagreeing. We just don't like not just the outcome, but more that a queer person died, but more just how it happened and the story behind it.
I mean, I technically sure this can go under the category of bury your gaze, but it's not a surprise that Villanelle doesn't make it out of the show alive.
No, right.
Because again, it's very hard to redeem this character, and being a born again Christian for 2 episodes, and having guilt and going to a
born again Christian who murdered an it was daughter of a man who drove and killed his wife,
right?
And his daughter, innocent, brutally,
very brutal.
It's not like she succeeded at being a born again Christian.
She did not.
No, that's frowned upon.
Was her motivation to be born again to prove to Eve that she was a better
because
person,
she's
or was it this is what you're
Eve.
Supposed to do? This is what you're
I think there was
supposed to be a good person
throughout the show this season. I think there was some searching, why am I like this?
Yeah, the whole therapy.
Can I not do this?
Until she kidnapped the therapist.
Yeah, but she didn't mean to knock him out. That was an accident.
Okay. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I love Villanelle. I love the chemistry of Eve and Villanelle. I wish they could have had a completely unlikely, ridiculous, happily ever after together. Maybe they're just joint assassins and they go out killing people and
They only kill bad people.
And they only kill bad people. Right.
Well,
Do you want to hear my pitch for what season 4 should have been?
yes.
Okay. You still start them at odds a bit, so maybe they do try to reconcile and then it goes terribly wrong. And then they get a tip on the 12. So the whole season, building up to the finale, is Villanelle and Eve joining forces with Constantine and Caroline. It's this, motley crew of people they don't trust each other, they don't necessarily like each other, but they have to team up, and one by one they go after the 12. And so each episode is them going after one member of the 12. And you get fun buddy moments, the weird cool combinations of the 4 characters. And at the end it's a standoff. All 4 of them in a room together, pointing guns at each other.
That would have been nice.
And then they all die. Everyone dies. Because all 4 of them,
hardcore.
except for Eve. Unfortunately, Eve really,
Eve's got to make it out of
Carolyn
this.
still
Eve needs to
turns
live.
on them at the end, right?
Right.
maybe,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then at least you get to see that the best part of the show is the chemistry between
Right.
all 4 of
Yeah.
these main characters.
And then Eve and Villanelle could have just at least got shot, fallen on the floor, dying at each other and holding each other in each other's arms, right?
Or maybe they betray the other 2 and they run off together. They steal.
That
a
would have
camper
been
van and go
fun.
to a truck stop.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Wish they'd done it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Those 4 characters were fantastic. But
So good.
But here's the thing with the killing of Villanelle, as like I said earlier with Mish saying, they feel perfectly fine that they can skip Winona if the Way Hot or anything in the show just doesn't click with them, because there's so
Right.
much content out there. And I feel like, and I was going to look and see, I didn't make a list, but I feel like now more than ever, you have more queer content, more couples in various stages of happiness that
Yep.
I assume won't necessarily end in death. It may end in drama and cheating, whatever, because that's TV. You gotta, people, straight and
Right.
gay couples,
Gotta be
they
drama.
throw obstacles in there. So the fact that, I think some of the outrage with Killing Eve was like, how are we still doing this? Well, it's like, there's a lot of shows where they're not. I feel like this is a show that it was a very high profile show with a high profile relationship that it's the type of show that, like, given the lives that they lead and the world they're in, it's not a shock that one of them ended up
No.
dead
This
at
show
all.
was never, This Is Us, but with queer people.
Exactly. It's
It
not a
was
relationship
never
show.
like family drama, it was a pathologic serial killer
Yeah.
and a spy that,
You become obsessed with each other.
obsessed with each other in the most problematic of ways.
And because you are a gay character, I don't think that makes you bulletproof.
Right.
I don't think that's fair.
Especially if you are a serial killer assassin who literally kills for a living and puts yourself in daily positions to kill or be killed. Right. Eventually your luck is going to run out.
Yes.
And
I
you're
agree.
literally in a situation where you've been told you do not get out of this alive. You cannot
True.
leave this
True.
this situation. You cannot leave the 12. You cannot ever not be what you are without being killed.
Right.
You
And that-
must
and that's
die
the-
to
which is
exit
true.
this organization.
Right.
This was
And that's
They
right.
said.
told us that from the
Constantine-
start.
That's what Constantine says to Pam. He's like, eventually,
Yeah.
someone's going to kill you because of this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get out of this alive. This is not going to end well.
And it did not. So it's not a completely out of nowhere result. It's just there are ways, and I think it just didn't help that you saw this moment of happiness and then it was over.
I wonder why Phoebe Waller-Bridge did not continue on with the
Well,
series.
was she too
And
busy?
How
friggin'
different
busy.
would the
Yeah.
well, too bad, because she would have been. I mean, I wonder how the show looks if she stays on.
I
for
would have
4
loved to have
seasons.
seen what would have happened.
Yeah, I'd love to know what her ending would have been.
Yeah. Well, then the books, everybody would like to make a point of the books. They do go on and have some sort of life together, whatever that looks
Yeah.
like. So,
I'm gonna read those books.
yeah.
Go read the books if you're
I'm
upset.
gonna read them books. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious. I'm curious to know how it turns out.
I'm
That being
curious
said-
as to what these normal lives look like.
Right. Well,
But
yeah.
Yes.
on the road.
I don't think they do ever have, and it may not even be a long-term thing, but it was just like, Villanelle got to the point where she was sort of, well, who knows if she would have even been good. You know, who knows?
I think they'd get bored with being good and just end up killing each other.
Yeah, they would not. You're not going to have these two go off we're just going to get a house and a dog and get jobs and have this normal life because neither one of them want that. That was the whole point. Villanelle kind of wanted that.
Villanelle's in accounting now.
Yes. But it would have been interesting to seen the show be able to explore, like, what would that have looked like? But you know what? You also don't want to see the show end with the fact that, well, the passion's gone. It just didn't work. They were too opposite and go their separate ways. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But I still love the show. Carolyn, Constantine. By the way, they had that flashback episode, you know, where you find out that Carolyn was basically helped start the 12 and then it turned into something else altogether. But the guy who played young Constantine is his actual son. Yeah, that's his real life son. So
very good.
Yeah, good times.
Okay, that's fun.
All right.
And there's also fanfic too. Obviously, like a huge explosion of fanfics with happy endings are now on AO3. So if you want to reject this finale, you can replace it with one that you like better,
as we have to do many times in shows. But that's why it's there. You know what? Here. The show, it's just like the last minute or two where it goes bad.
Yeah.
So if you want to end with them together, people are putting out pictures of them hugging with the end over it.
Right.
For you, it stops there and then go to fan fiction. Yeah. Just pause it at the end of the hug. Just don't watch the rest.
That's it.
Yeah. The end.
Yes. All right. We have one last announcement before we wrap it up.
Oh boy.
Wendy, take it away.
Thank you. Merch. We have merch. We're putting merch up. We will send out a link this week. We have some shirts because we had to switch to Redbubble because Kat right now is wearing one of our old merchandise and it's literally just a plain blue hoodie because the logo came off of it.
With a speck of the logo down at the bottom corner. Literally a speck.
So we've got
channeling my Chris Traeger today by saying literally.
Literally.
It is literally.
Literally.
Tiny speck.
Yeah, so we're gonna put that up. Look for our Twitters and stuff to announce it. It's gonna be on Redbubble, so we'll let you know when it's active. We have all our little ducks in a row, and and it's set up. And we'll add more as we go, but we'll at least get some basic merch up on the it includes a hashtag Gay for Tara for all you Gay for Tara aficionados. But we'll be adding more. But yeah, check it out, Redbubble. We'll put up the list when it's live.
Awesome. Exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
All right, where can they find us on Twitter?
At SNOP Podcast with 1D.
Awesome. And on Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
You can send us an email at shenerds@gmail.com. You can go to our website, shenerdsout.com, for all your snopping needs.
Stop snopping.
If you'd like to send us some snail mail, you can send that to SNOP, P.O. Box 6732, Burbank, California, 91510.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, ladies, for this fun and engaging conversation.
Indeed.
And we'll see you next time. She Nerds Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy